Good morning, everybody. It's Sunday morning. Satesman here, small van driver. Bit knackered this morning, have to admit. It's 8:30. A lot of rugby yesterday to watch. England so close to winning, but what a cracking game. Uh, yeah, so a little bit knackered, but house is really quiet, so I thought we'd try and do this first thing. Because pretty busy probably the rest of the day. Last week, oh, two very early starts last week. Two 3:30 starts in the morning. Um, I don't mind starting early. I don't mind at all. I used to be a truck driver. And we sort of started at them times all the while, but that was 25 years ago. But yeah, it's early. It is early. What I tend to do is get a shower before I go to bed the night before and shave the night before. So all I've got to do is get up, clean my teeth, quick face swell, out the door. It takes me 15 minutes, so I get a bit more sleep. I would have perhaps in the summer, I took these down the night before because both loads I could have stacked in a corner of a van easily. They were only small boxes, 20 of them, and I could have tramped out. But hey ho. So let's go back. Monday. First of all, fuel 119 is pretty basic, pretty average at the moment, which still works out at 143, which is still a fair bit cheaper than pump prices. There are probably fuel cards out there cheaper, but I'm just keeping what I've got. Um, Monday at the van service, serviced, had an oil change and oil filter. Darren, brilliant job. In the afternoon, was looking for work and got a small job actually from, believe it or not, Elvis Barton. And that's where Darren is in Elvis Barton, and it was to Bedford. It was to a building site, which is a pain because the van gets dirty, but it weren't too bad this time. Got really good money on it because I thought I'm not going to get nothing back, and I've got to get back. Put very good money on that for what it was and got it, so it didn't work out too bad. Um, and obviously got back for Darren's for about uppers 2, quarter 3, and the oil change. And Tuesday, so really didn't really work Monday. It was, yeah, it was an hour and a half. That was it from picking it up to getting back. So wasn't really a work, but it got me a few quid in. Anyway, Tuesday, I hadn't got nothing booked in, and I got two jobs. I got a job from Milton Keynes to Brent Cross, and then I got a job amazingly out of London. I didn't start till 8:30, and I got a job from E4, London E4, and it was to Leicester, which is good. Gets you out of London, and it weren't too bad pence per mile. It's still not the norm. It's cheaper because everyone's trying to get out of London, and I did it at 75 pence, which was pretty good a mile on that one. And I got to Leicester thinking I'd get a job, but it was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and there was a couple of jobs going, but nothing really. You're either going to do a long job north and stay in a hotel, so you've got plenty of money, or you're going to get a job nearer home, a small job to get you home, and nothing happened. But I didn't hang around, and I got a call anyway from a Northampton shipper, and there was 20 boxes, small boxes, to be picked up from his depot, which is about 2 mile from my house, and it was going down to Exeter for the following morning. Got to be there for between 7 and 8, but 7 would have been preferable. Well, that's what we did. So Wednesday morning, up at the crack of dawn. In fact, I was up well before dawn. And down the road. One thing about that time of day, as long as there's no motorways that they're closed because they're working, I got down there for just 5 to 7 and didn't know hardly any traffic until I got near Exeter, really. And we did that job and managed got them unloaded by about 7:10, quarter past 7. It was into the exhibition hall at West Point, and went and parked at West Exeter Services, which is literally 2 mile up the road, and sat there and sat there. And look, I got my laptop with me, and I put my load not at 30 miles, I put it at 50 miles on the laptop, and managed to get a job out of Yeovil to Birmingham, and it was just one box. It wasn't even a big box. And loaded mileage was a really good price, but I'd got nearly 40 miles to go and get it. So still good price, and it made it a really good day. A really good day. So off we went to Birmingham. Yeah, we went to Birmingham with the one box, and it was Great Bar, which is M5, top of the M5. Go along a little bit. It's that sort of side of Birmingham. And yeah, delivered it straight away. Small engineering company, and off we went. And I set the thing for home because it's been a really long day. And I trundled home that day, and on the way home again, same courier phoned me, and he got another 20 boxes for the next day. These are all for exhibitions, for students and apprenticeships. And this one was going to Bournemouth International Centre for the next day. Again, 7 o'clock. So I'm not knocking it. It's great because it's easy work, because it's the driving is just cruise control all the way. It's just getting out of bed. But yeah, it's okay. And we got that job done down to Bournemouth and got that delivered, and it was beautiful down there. We got there, beautiful. Sun was out. By the time I delivered 20 boxes back to the van, it was absolutely chucking it down, and it was right on the seafront. Uh, and the parking it was all right where I was, but it would have been iffy parking anywhere. So we parked up, and we managed to get a job eventually at about 9:30, 9:45, from Bournemouth to London, central London, and it went to Shaftesbury Avenue, which is right on Piccadilly Circus. It's the road off. You've got Regent Street, Shaftesbury Avenue, and then it goes that way to Leicester and Haymarket and all that. And it was right at the bottom as well. So real pain, but we got it done. It was one big box. Got there at 12:30, and I just decided I was just going to drive home. That was going to be good enough for me. And I did. I got as far as between Luton and Milton Keynes, and I've got the hot food warmer, which I carry with me. I put it on, and the 45 minutes was up, and I got a chicken curry in there with rice that my wife had made. And I thought I'll pull over in Milton Keynes and do that. And there was a job in Milton Keynes to Northampton, which slotted perfectly. And I got to the job on site, got to be there for 3, and it needed to deliver by 4, which suited me fine. And when I got there, it wasn't ready. And not only was it not ready, it wasn't going to be ready for an hour and 20 minutes. So phoned the shipper and agreed a cancellation fee, because what they said then, can you collect it and deliver it the next day to Northampton, because the company's going to be shut, and I couldn't because I was booked in on a Friday. Um, and it was between 9 and 10 on the Friday, and that weren't no good. So I got a cancellation fee, which was okay. It wasn't as much as I would have wanted, but it was okay. Yeah, we had a little bit of back and forth. I hadn't done nothing extra. I just come off the motorway and stopped at the company. But yeah, I've got a bit of money for that, so that made that a good day. And then Friday, I got a job Daventry, and it was going down to Basildon. I was looking for an earlyish finish Friday, and because we've got rugby sites, and we did. We went to went to Daventry for 5 to 9, and it was car parts. It was for a windscreen company which I'd worked for on the Tuesday to Brent Cross, but it wasn't a windscreen. It was a scuttle and box from a car dealer's going down to a windscreen company in Basildon. And I got there at 5 to 9, and they'd got one part, then got the other. It was on a van being delivered. Fair enough. This is what you do when that happens. Phone the shipper straight away. Um, say that it's on the van being delivered. I don't know. She said between 9:30 and 10. At 10:30, could be an hour. So we agreed at waiting costs, waiting time, and what the waiting time would be, how much per hour. And I said, yeah, I'm quite happy to wait. And I was just looking for that. I thought nothing you can do. I booked him, and I waited. And he says, give us a ring when you know anything more. Oh, I said, of course, meeting. Yeah, let me know. And so I did. I give him a ring at 9:45. No, he rang me. Said, how's it going? I says, we're still waiting. I says, there's no van. He said, it's okay, it's all being authorised by the customer you're delivering it to. They've authorised waiting time, so you're fine. It's no problem. That's reassuring. And it come in, well, she was mortified, the woman. She got in touch with the delivery company who they couldn't work out where the driver was. And she eventually got it out of me, turned the tracker off. Well, it wasn't a he, it was a she. She turned the tracker off. So they didn't know where she was. She got double round because they were short of drivers. And eventually she got to the car dealership at 5 to 11. Been there 2 hours. We got the waiting time. Very happy with that. Okay with that. And what that made me think was the money I've got, because I had good money on it, and the waiting time, I was just going to drive to Basildon, drop it, turn back, drive home. Because I've worked out how much I'd got pence per mile, and it was going to be good. It was going to be okay going back. So one job day, good money on it. Very good money. Obviously, if it was just one way, it was mega money, but I got the money back. So we did that. And I worked out I was going to be back by about up as 2, 3 o'clock. So a nice turn around at Basildon, two bits into the car dealership, that into the windscreen company. They were happy that they'd got it, and we just turned and burned. Well, got a cup of tea and used the toilet facilities, and turned and just drove back. And I got back, I went to visit my auntie, and while I was there, a job come on for Monday, picking up 6 o'clock at night. So I visited my auntie, did some shopping, went home, and just popped down the road and picked up. And we got delivery to Reading 9 o'clock Monday. That's the week. Um, I did I did work Monday, but it was an hour and a half, so it's 4 day week really. And I did 44 and a quarter hours, which I normally do sort of 50, so that's the Monday. 29 hours driving, 1,300 miles, and the money was 876, which when you add VAT is 1,050, and you take off the 10%, and it's 946. So I was only 54 quid short of 1,000, but I did four and a bit days. It works out roughly at 236 a day, so it was a good. But the early starts, you see, that's what did it. Them hours, them 2 days did it. And that's what I'm trying to do is one big day or two biggish days. One monster day, and then you can fiddle around for 3 or 4 days. Hopefully you can get your target. It is difficult. It is difficult. Jobs on the CX are still difficult. We're now halfway through March, and I've been doing this now. This is my 4th year, and historically, it picks up by now. It's picked up, but obviously, I started in COVID, so it was busy all the while. So, yeah, the last year it picked up. I had a good February. I had a fortunate. I had a little contract with a company where I'd got work guaranteed for 2 weeks. They got 2 week jobs for me, but yeah, it hasn't picked up as much. But there's this phrasing. It is what it is. You What do you do? Do you bid completely low and go out of business? Do you try and keep your prices and perhaps don't get as much work, but the work you get is worth doing? I think the main thing I'm going to say is keep in with people you know, get contacts where people use you. They'll pay you a bit more because they know you're doing a good job. First of all, get your feedback up. My feedback's really high. I couldn't even tell you how many it is. It's over probably 600ish. But if you got good feedback, they know you're going to do a good job. So I think it's getting relationships again, and hopefully some shippers will use anyone just to get the job done cheap as possible because times are hard. Some shippers would rather pay a little bit more, and hopefully the job gets done. They've got no hassle with the job. They know when they give you the job, there's going to be no problems. So that's the sort of thing, really. But hey, that's the week. It's Sunday morning. I'm just going to go get a shower and shave, finish my tea, and it's a miserable day, and the weather's looking miserable for the week, which again is not brilliant as well. But what can you do? I hope you're all doing well, and if you want, like, subscribe, whatever you do. There's a bell or something. I ain't got a clue what that is. It reminds you of something. You know, it's unedited. I never even look back on the videos. So, but if you have any questions, I will try and answer them all If I don't, I apologise. But anyway, have a good week.